Giants won that game and they won as big as they did, yeah, I was like, yeah, he gonna be here talking shit. I already know. Y'all still ass though, but y'all did beat the Eagles. The Eagles gonna lose their next game in the playoffs, and I think the fans know it too. Said Buffalo selling hard right now. Hey man, listen. I think they're gonna make this as interesting and as dramatic as humanly possible. So this, because I mean, shit, they've been trailing most of this game until they had that punt return for a touchdown to tie it up, and now all of a sudden they got all the momentum. Dalton Kincaid going off, and it looks like they finna take the lead, assuming they don't fuck it up. What's good, Marco Polo? What's good with you? What's good, DJ DG in the building? Let me get this music right. Hold on. I knew something was missing. There we go. All right, where we at? He said he's smoking that Hurts pack. Man, you know he finna give a whole nother press conference about how they didn't execute enough. How, you know, the words he always got to use, we didn't execute. We got to be more committed to winning and all that shit. Just wait, he gonna say all that shit. What's good, Lorenzo? We got in the Super Bowl. I got the Niners, and I'm leaning towards the Ravens. Up there, and just like that, Buffalo's about to score again. Yeah, that's two teams I'm leaning towards. What's up, Bronze in the building? Yeah, man. Shit, like I said, you put Justin Fields on the Eagles and you put Jalen Hurts on the Bears, you're going to get pretty similar results. Over less than one quarter left. That's it. Get the playoffs started. You know they're going to have to drag this game out. It's the game of the week. They waited till the very last game to show, actually, for the regular season. So, of course, they're going to make this as dramatic as possible. They did it last year with the Lions and the Packers. They did it the year before that. Was it the Chargers and the Raiders? They're going to keep doing this. Especially when they talk about they only need a tie to get this and that. That really tempts them to want to push it to overtime where they almost tie. Yeah, they did, man. They took out Taylor. And then had a shitty screen pass. You should have caught it, but that was a terrible screen pass, giving Houston the win. Yeah, to bring it for the Packers. Touchdown, Buffalo. Mighty up 21-14. What should they do with Fields? Keep him. If you get a quarterback, you're going to set your franchise back 5 years. I'd keep him and then give him more weapons. Okay, you finna be 22. Okay. Blackbird stepping up in this world. The Dolphins cover the first half and the Bills cover the second half. Same old shit. Dolphin plays good in the first. In the second, they don't know how to play all of a sudden. That's how they lost to the Titans, too. Same way. Except it was in the last 3 minutes. They really just couldn't hold on to a football to save their life. Yeah, someone had brought up that the year prior, the Titans at one point were 7-3, had a whole slew of injuries and went on to lose, 7 in a row? Yeah, it was 7 in a row to close out the season. And their last game was against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Fast forward this year, Jacksonville was 8-3. Looked like they were going to make the playoffs. And now they got to close it out in Nashville and couldn't do it. Come on, you couldn't script it any better. They've been talking like he out for a minute, too. Like, there was a couple weeks ago, there was an interview they were saying, basically asking about, like, free agency and all this shit. Like, it was a done deal that he's out of Chicago. And I'm like, damn. This is before he balled out against Atlanta. This is before this weekend. And they so quick to write him off. Like he didn't even have a good opportunity there. I don't think so, bro. I think Philly done. I think the Packers beat the Cowboys without Rodgers. Nah, I think this year Jordan Love he gonna have to pay his dues this year, and then next week Dallas will lose. Or excuse me, the week after the wild card. I mean, they've been making dumb quarterback decisions even before this. This goes back to Mitch Trubisky, Kyle Lord. And this has been an ongoing thing for the Bears. This ain't nothing new. I wouldn't be surprised if they did the same shit if they happen to get Caleb Williams too. The compilation of Jalen Hurts post-game interview. Yeah, man, I cannot stand his post-game interviews for real. Like, I don't necessarily mind, I guess, him as a quarterback, but damn, them post-game interviews are so bad. Tried to force feed Sterling Shepard for a touchdown this last game, and it didn't work out. Damn. Yeah, the broadcasters definitely know. They're the ones who calling the game. They got to provide narration for all this shit. So, of course, they gonna know. That's like you think it was just coincidence that Tony Romo predicted that the Bucks and the Chiefs would end up playing in the Super Bowl that same year. Ain't no coincidence. Yeah, man, they've been trying to push that shit for a little minute now. The Detroit, Dallas storyline. At first, it was like they started off with the Niners and the Cowboys. It's like a rivalry, one-sided rivalry at that. And now they've kind of moved it over to the Lions and the Cowboys strictly because of that call. It's like how they could tie together the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs because of that call. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, they lost 7 in a row. Turn 23 tomorrow. Okay, happy early birthday. So what's the NFL's deal with Lawrence, though? I mean, shit, he ain't got nothing to work with. Literally everything that was even remotely decent around him got injured this year. Yeah, he should have caught that. But yeah, everything around him got injured this year. They don't really have a true number one receiver. Calvin really showed up at times. Other times he didn't. And he himself got hurt a couple times, so that ain't going to help. So the Cowboys are going to make it to the conference game. I think they come one short. Rams, Lions. Yeah, they need those storylines now. It's like Tyreek Hill. They talked about his house was burned, caught on fire like ahead of this game. I could see them totally pushing that narrative a little bit more, especially if the Dolphins play the Kansas City Chiefs, where Tyreek Hill used to play for them. This would be the first time he went back to Arrowhead, because when they did play, it was overseas for some stupid reason. I could see that. It's like they couldn't really pass on a Joe Flacco, Lamar Jackson storyline. It's been a storyline. This is always Mike Tomlin. He can get him there even when they have all of their best players injured. They had a hurt quarterback. TJ Watt's hurt now. Like, that's like their whole thing. Is they seem that Mike Tomlin has coached a team to overachieve. And then the teams he coached that should have done well underachieve. But the camera showed a Bills fan with a 58 jersey. The Tampa, San Francisco last year winning the divisions. They about to have them both looking bad in a few years. So when they got to pay Brock Purdy, it's going to be ugly. What's good, Jason? Said they make the best, biggest Super Bowl of 2024. It's in Vegas, and it seems as everyone's cashing out this year. We're going to see some wild shit in that Super Bowl. Just believe that. Yeah, and then what he said about Tua compared to Patrick Mahomes with the accuracy thing, which we know better. Then Miami about to lose, so they play KC. Yeah, I did see that. It was the first ever game exclusively on Peacock for the playoffs. So people won't see it, so to protect Mahomes' legacy. Well, shit, they gonna have to protect them highlights then too, because even if people don't watch it, you can still find the highlights on YouTube. Which one's the feel-good story, the Lions or the Texans? I really say the Lions more so. The Lions got the hype train behind them. That's the real thing about it. Is the Lions last year were kind of built up in a way where it's like they start off bad, but it's like Dan Campbell's, he's cooking. He's got the Lions turning in the right direction. Watch out for him next year. Next year, as in this year comes, and they end up going 12-5. Hype train, because they was already expected to do good coming into the year. Houston, no one saw that shit coming, and Houston to win, that is the feel good story, I guess, this year, and then next year they're gonna be the hype train. That, or they might just put it on a Monday Night Football, one of the Monday night playoff games. But the Titans, Rams, Saints, and the only leg that lost was Carolina. Well, shit, Carolina ass, bro. How many get fired? I say less than 10. It's gonna be somebody that who probably should have got fired, but they're gonna keep him. They got the Super Bowl script after the Hamlin situation. Honestly, last year was the best year to do that shit. So you got the Bills, Chiefs, and Browns, Cowboys, Lions, and upset pick Buccaneers. That's what I'm really want to see, the Ravens and the Browns game. The teams that finish second place will have a good season next year. So look out for the Saints, Seattle, Colts, Raiders that have a good season. It remains to be seen with the Raiders, man. The Colts, I could definitely see the Colts making a playoff run next year. And assuming they get AR-15 back. Seattle, I don't know. They always going to be around there, but their best years are behind them. And the Saints, as long as they got Derek Carr at quarterback, I wouldn't really expect much. Yeah, and they finna get beat in the playoffs. Got a feeling that it's the Niners or the Rams versus the Niners. Or Detroit or the Rams versus the Niners. That's a team that's real quiet, is the LA Rams, man. Damn, what they got going on? But no, that's a team that's real quiet, is the Rams. Ravens are 1-7 since 2020 against the Steelers. That's wild. That is wild. Either the Chiefs play on the road and go 1-2, or they lose next to the Dolphins. San Francisco gets eliminated. Who else do I see in the Super Bowl? From nobody. Nobody. So robbery, Steelers thoughts. What are you talking about? Tampa won the South 3 years in a row. Nobody has won in 4 years. The Saints did it 3 years, and they went to trash. Well, shit, they lost Drew Brees. What you think was gonna happen? They're from 3-13 to the playoffs, kind of similar to the Jags script. And the Jags won the South last year, so a little bit. It's convenient he came back week 17 too. You ain't alone on that one, man. At most, we probably have to endure one more. Yeah, he got it. One more week of the Taylor Swift stuff, maybe. How about Mike McCarthy playing against his old team in the playoffs? That's a good storyline, too. He said the Bills, I know, Bills till you die. He putting the Eagles gear up. The Giants had to do it to him. That's sad. Let's see, Rashad McCain and Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. said basically Kobe didn't belong in the GOAT debate. He's not top two. McCants. So he didn't have the same energy when he was alive. No, I haven't seen it. So if these NFL playoff games are not on free local channels or ESPN, you don't care the hell with Peacock. I mean, you can watch all this shit on the internet, so I just laugh when they say exclusive to Peacock. Okay. I like we don't have internet and know how to find that shit. So there's a good possibility that the Cowboys get 3 home games. 3 home games. Shit, they'll be lucky to get 2. Who do the Steelers play? If Miami loses this game, then they'll end up playing Buffalo. I think either way they would still end up losing. But yeah, if this game holds up the way it is, Buffalo end up be playing the Steelers. So the Bucks going to the Super Bowl. Baker did get Tom Brady's rings in that commercial. Yeah, I feel like ever since they had added that 7th spot, that's when a lot more teams suddenly became 8-8, 9-7, 7-9. But before they added the extra game. But that's something I've noticed. They keep all of these teams just hovering the 9 and 10 win mark. The repeat of the 08 AFC Championship, except this time the Steelers take on... Wait, what? Alright, whatever. So Ravens versus Browns or Chiefs in the AFC, and then the Niners versus the Lions or Cowboys. Yeah, I don't see that. I don't see Kansas City making it. They need receivers. That's something they're going to address this offseason, I'm pretty sure. They need some receivers. They ain't finna give no script to Kadarius Toney to where he magically starts catching passes. They ain't finna give no script to who else they got? MVS. He's not going to magically get a postseason script to where he starts catching passes. It's just not going to happen. Baker Mayfield got a better chance than Patrick Mahomes of making the playoffs this year. No. Okay, 211 is a police code and robbery in progress. Steelers ain't going no goddamn Super Bowl. So if the Niners don't come out the NFC, then you can see the Bucks. Oh, hell, they started him. Damn, that's a problem. Chris Rose said on NFL Network game day that the NFL scriptwriters were getting lazy. Yeah, they're going to keep pushing that whole scriptwriter thing and try to make it a joke as much as possible. So the Eagles going to look bad, then look good against the Bucks. I don't think so, man. I think they shit over with. think they're gonna lose to San Fran in divisional to get a rematch so they can get a chance at revenge or something. That's not a bad storyline, but they picked a bad time to do it. You picked it when the Eagles are suddenly like, well, they won 1 or 2 out of their last 5, 6. Like, that's some shit you should have done when they were still hot. He'll buy him another year in Tampa. To T. Higgins and Casey. Hey, they can feel that rivalry some more. You know how Jamar Chase always got some shit to say against the Kansas City Chiefs. So you have a hard time seeing the NFL putting the Niners in the Super Bowl if they match the Niners up with the Cowboys again in the conference championship game. I don't see Dallas making it even that far to a conference championship game. I think all the upsets in the NFC are clearing the way for a Ravens-Niners rematch. Yeah, that's right. That was the ref that called that game. Yeah, they gave him that shitty weather out in Baltimore yesterday. Thoughts on Harbaugh leaving Michigan and going to the Raiders or the Chargers? We have to wait and see. Sleeper team. They become an NFL script writer. You got to know some people. Nothing does a good amount. You got 32 teams. Well, 50, 60 if you want, 70 if you count practice squad players on top of that. You got Washington winning. I don't have them winning that game. The only good storyline they got going for them is they can win in the Pac-12's last season. That's really about it. So Higgins going to Carolina. Carolina need all the help they can get. Yeah, I didn't see the but the Houston Texans exceeding expectations and going to the playoffs. He got no arm strength. That's true. That nigga was running for his life. The Niners, Ravens, Super Bowl is too obvious. We'll see. Nah, I haven't seen that one. I ain't seen it. What, he brush some Beijing off or something? What'd he do? Dallas and San Fran going to the Super Bowl versus Buffalo. Dallas, hell no. San Francisco, I can see a lot more than Dallas for sure. Well, I think Bill Belichick goes wherever the fuck he ends up. I don't know. I really don't care. They're not going to win wherever he goes anyway. He do look a little bit like one of them, bro. He look a little bit like John. That'd be a hell of a storyline right there. They'd be like, turns out this was John Harbaugh's son this whole time. He ain't telling nobody. Said last time Washington won the national championship, they defeated Michigan and destroyed. What was it? It had to be in the 50s. Was it like 57 or some shit? Might be off by like a year or something. That's interesting though. Hyatt had a disappointing. He had some disappointing quarterbacks too. But it's one thing I come up for next. Niggas ain't finna have season-ending injuries two weeks in. We ain't doing none of that shit. That shit is not gonna happen. We gonna have a lot of crazy endings. They gonna be a little bit more realistic though. We not gonna have the defense just give up 80 yards in 20 seconds. No, we ain't doing that. Now you gonna make them drives long and sustained drives. Very minimal penalties on that bitch. A lot of ankles broken up. And the Chiefs will still not have any receivers. Wasn't surprised that the Saints didn't make the playoffs. Now you got gatekeeper. Y'all gonna be average. Excuse me. You know the mainstream media would love nothing more than to push that narrative. Lamar Jackson going to the playoffs with a 1-3 record. Purdy wears 13 in Super Bowl 58. Papa say it's 13. So you're going to root for two teams tomorrow night, the Huskies and whoever's playing Michigan. 91, okay. I knew they had like one of them teams on the old college football game when they had the historic teams. I know Washington had some teams. I was like, I know they won the 50s. I forgot 91. That's a good catch, though. Yep, they did. Oh, here they go with the tush push. It looked like he got it. So they booed the Jags out because their quarterback couldn't act. So Bills and Niners. Oh, they fucking up, bro. They need to get that man the ball. What stood out the most this season? Key injuries to quarterbacks. That's what stood out the most. Did I enjoy it? No, I did. I don't like seeing the star quarterbacks not play. Could have wearing the WWE belt in the Christmas photo. I haven't even seen the Christmas photo yet. Oh, they said they short. Huh. It looked like Josh Allen made it. But he's short. Washington 5-8 all time versus Michigan. And the next time they play is October 5th of this year too. Michigan travels to Seattle, Washington to play them. What upsets do I have this week? Let me see. Assuming Miami doesn't win this game. All right, so it'll be the Dolphins and the Chiefs. Again, assuming they don't win. That one could be an upset. Casey could be a first round bye or loss. Pittsburgh and Buffalo, that definitely won't be an upset. Oh, and Cleveland over Houston. Houston, they feel good stories. They just made it to the playoffs. Only other upset I possibly could see is the Rams over the Lions, but that's really about it in the NFC. Yeah, that's one thing. We would definitely bring back those 2004, 2005 like Ray Lewis hits. And have the Saints make the playoffs next season so they can sell the story. The Saints had a Super Bowl in 2025. They ain't gonna do shit. Yeah. Kind of similar to Michigan, how they've been throwing the college football playoffs a couple. Well, Georgia's gonna beat that ass regardless, but TCU especially, they threw the hell out that game. So third time's a charm, right? He said, "Please overtime." It's more surprising the Lions playing good, the Chiefs playing bad. The Chiefs playing bad. The Lions doing good didn't shock me. I knew they was going to be a good team. They hyped them up. The fact they even got the first game of the year to play the reigning Super Bowl champs shows they had high expectations for them. Oh, almost picked. But Kansas City playing as badly as they did, that one shocked me. How can they give Purdy a bowl if he doesn't? He's still white. He's the underdog, the white underdog. Kind of like Kurt Warner. And also, he's still clean cut and all that shit compared to his other counterparts, his colored counterparts, if you will. That was a terrible pick. Terrible pick. Didn't even try to throw it to the receiver. They've been talking about that shit for weeks. They've been talking about heavy on I'm gonna say NFC Network, NFL Network. Yeah, they trying to start a little rivalry between the two. College Game Day or Fox, what they call it, Sunday noon kickoff or Saturday noon kickoff. One of them gonna be there for that game. Just watch. October 5th. Yeah, they do. Seating wise, that would technically be an upset. Yo, Mike McDaniels, he knew the fix was in. 2-0 too. He like, damn, I done got my ass beat by the Ravens, and now we're gonna lose to the Bills. They never got hurt against the Eagles. He faked the injury in January, had surgery in March, started throwing the football in July. You and your Buffalo Bills. Yeah, because I know they cover Big Ten football, and that's Big Ten Network shit. What do you think is more difficult to become a pro wrestler or NFL? I mean, one of them, I say you have a longer or bigger time period to make it in there, and that'd be WWE, because you don't necessarily have to go to college and this, then to do it. Football, is shorter. If you didn't make it shit to college, you can probably forget about that shit. Ain't nobody just gonna pick you up off the street and say, hey, you should play in the NFL. No, they gotta vet you and know you. So I say it'd be hard to get to the NFL. And then with WWE, you'd have to work around, indie circuit, meet the right people, get enough experience in the ring, and get good on the mic, get good on the mic, all that shit. So either of them gonna be tough as hell. The Chiefs over Dolphins next week. Yep, Tyreek Hill plays against his old team. At Arrowhead, where they said it's supposed to be like 10 degrees or some shit. So KC won't play the Steelers. NFL careers only last 2 to 5 years on average. Yeah, and a lot of them go broke too. I remember seeing a month ago where the NFL posted an event for AFC Championship for the Browns, Flacco defeating the Ravens and then losing the championship game. That's an underdog story. I don't see that necessarily happening, though. Yeah, I remember someone said that they don't travel. I forgot who it was, but somebody did say that. They said they frauds now. They been frauds, man. Believe too all you want to. So yeah, we got it set for. Let me see if I updated on here first, cause I'm about to get on up out of here. It's been fun chopping it up with y'all, and as of they still ain't updated. So the updated playoff standings will be 1 seed Ravens with the bye, 2 seed Bills against 7 seed Pittsburgh Steelers, 3 seed Chiefs against the 6 seed Miami Dolphins, 4 seed Texans against a 5 seed Cleveland Browns. In the NFC, we have a 1 seed San Francisco Niners that gets a bye, 2 seed Dallas against 7 seed Green Bay, 3 seed Detroit against the LA Rams team that's a 6 seed, and a 4 seed Tampa Bay Buccaneers against a 5 seed Philadelphia Eagles. Oh, that's who it was. That's funny. But yeah, man, I'm finna get on up out of here. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell. I'll be back tomorrow night for Michigan and Washington for the national championship. So stay tuned to that. We out.